Chapter 5. Jack's Little Sister. Get ready. Do you have a younger brother or sister? Do you ever get irritated with him or her? Do you think it is your duty to look after your younger sibling? Let's read this story to find out how Jack felt when he lost his little sister in the park. Jack was 9 and Betty was 6. At home, they often played together, but when they went to the park, Jack wanted to play with the older children.
I don't want to take Betty.
He told his mother.
She is too little. She is a nuisance. I can't be bothered to look after her.
Don't be unkind, Jack, said his mother. Big brothers must always look after little sisters, just as mothers must look after children.
Well, I don't want to,
said Jack sulkily.
I am playing with my friends today. I don't want to take Betty with me.
Bothered. Here, can't be troubled. Sulkily, unhappily, not graciously. I'm not going to listen to you when you talk like that, said his mother. Anyone would think you don't love Betty, and yet I know you do. Now, don't let me hear another word. Take Betty and go. Jack went out sulkily, dragging poor Betty by the hand. Betty was sad. She was feeling unwanted. She did not want to bother her brother. I won't play with you and the boys, Jack. Really, I won't. I'll keep out of your way, she said to her brother.
You'd better,
said Jack roughly.
I'm not going to bother about you at all.
As soon as he saw his friends, he let go of Betty's hands and ran off with them. Betty went and sat down on a seat by herself. She felt very miserable. There were no little girls to play with, so she sat still and quiet, watching the boys play. Jack had a lovely game of cricket. He batted, bowled and fielded, and everyone shouted that he was jolly good. When he had made 50 runs, he really felt like a hero.
You will be playing for India one day,
said the boys, and Jack felt great. The evening flew, and at last it was time to go home. He looked around for his sister. He had seen her on the seat over there. But she wasn't there anymore. Then where was she? She wouldn't have gone home alone because she had faithfully promised Mother never to do that. She must be somewhere in the park. Jack hunted all over the park. He called and yelled, miserable, sad. But Betty didn't come. Suppose somebody had kidnapped her. Jack's heart went quite cold when he thought of somebody kidnapping his little sister. Perhaps she had fallen into the pond and nobody had heard her calling. He rushed to it and looked anxiously in the water. No Betty there, thank goodness. Then where had she gone? He couldn't possibly go home without her. Whatever would Mother say? And Daddy would be simply furious. Betty, 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 where are you? It was no use looking in the park anymore. Betty must have left it. Oh dear, there were all those roads to cross. If she had tried to go home, she would surely be knocked down if she went by herself. Suppose she was even now lying in some hospital with a broken leg or a hurt head? Jack felt his eyes fill with tears. It would be all his fault because he hadn't taken care of her. He went homewards, stopping at each of the crossings to ask the passerby the same questions.
Please, have you seen a little girl wearing a red frock?
He got all the way home without hearing a word of Betty. He was so upset and miserable that he began to cry as soon as he saw his mother.
Mother, something happened to Betty. She's lost. She's been kidnapped or knocked down. Oh, Mother, I was so cross with her and I didn't take care of her. And now she's gone. I've come home without her.
Poor Jack, said Mother. How dreadful you must be feeling. Anxiously, with worry, furious, angry, passers-by, people on the way, dreadful, extremely unpleasant.
No, it's poor Betty.
Cried Jack.
What shall I do? Oh, Mother, I'm so sorry I was unkind. I wish I could see her this very minute. I'd always take care of her, always.
Mother opened the door of the dining room and Jack went in, sobbing. There, sitting at the table eating her dinner, was Betty, happy and cheerful. Jack rushed to her and hugged her.
Betty, oh Betty, I'm so glad to see you. I thought you were lost and gone forever.
One auntie came by and saw me sitting lonely, said Betty. When she saw you were busy with the other boys, she took me to buy me an ice cream. Why are you crying, Jack?
I'll always take care of you, Betty,
said Jack, so glad to see his little sister safe and sound that he could hardly stop hugging her.
I'm your big brother and you will always be safe with me.
Sobbing, saying something while crying, hugging, embracing.